Hello, how are you? Today I brought you a recipe for a treat, kind of like a gummy candy that's super high in protein, almost zero carbs. I'm sure you're going to love it because it's really easy for us to eat, and many people need to consume more protein in their daily lives but can't manage to add it in. So this is a very easy, delicious option, and you can vary the flavors. I'm going to give you several tips here. And remember, there's no flour to give it texture. And as I said, there's no sugar. It's even great if you have diabetes, if you want to control your blood sugar, if you want to gain muscle mass. So stick around until the end. You won't want to miss this. Before we start, I want to remind you that the ingredients, along with the quantities and nutritional information, are always listed down below in the video description. Our first ingredient here is coconut milk. Remember, I have a video on the channel teaching you how to make coconut milk from scratch, where all you need is coconut, the coconut pulp, right, and water. Now, if you prefer to buy it ready-made, you can choose the bottled ones, but make sure to check the label, okay? The fewer ingredients, the better. Ideally, it should really only have coconut and water, and coconut milk is an interesting option for us to use as a base here because it has very few carbohydrates. That's why I like to use it. In the coconut milk, I'm going to dissolve the whey protein, the protein powder. This one is strawberry flavored, which is why it will already have some color. We have other options as well. You could use powdered milk, you could use plant-based protein powder. Some people are intolerant or allergic to milk, so they actually prefer it to be plant-based. And there are also various flavors available. I use the strawberry one here, so it will already give a strawberry candy with coconut flavor, which is super tasty. Now, if you want to use chocolate, vanilla, white chocolate, cookies, there are so many different whey flavors. Tell me, which one is your favorite? And if you can, go ahead and like the video. That like is super important for me here on the channel. And it's great for you too because you'll get more recipes like this. In this container, I had set aside a bit of the same coconut milk to dissolve our unflavored, colorless, sugar-free gelatin. So it's a natural gelatin, which is 100% cooked collagen, which ends up being really interesting for our skin, nails, hair, joints, but also to give the texture we need for our recipe. So right now, I'm just mixing the gelatin, letting it hydrate, and then I'm going to melt it in a double boiler, or actually, I'm going to melt it in the microwave. But you can melt it in a double boiler as well, if you prefer, if you don't have a microwave at home. Here's an important detail I forgot to mention. Different types of whey protein can have different amounts of carbohydrates, okay? So check the label if you want to make it really, really low carb. And anyway, if that's important to you because of blood sugar and so on, check the label and see how many carbohydrates your whey has. I even have a really cool video here teaching you how to buy a good quality whey. I'll leave it down below in the description. But now I'm going to take our gelatin with coconut milk, melt it, and we'll be right back to continue from there. So I melted the gelatin. I'm going to add it here and blend it with a mixer to make sure it gets really well mixed. And I'm also going to add some fruit here to make this treat of ours even richer. I'm going to add strawberries to keep with the same theme, and these strawberries were frozen. That's why there's this water, because when we thaw them, they release their own liquid. Strawberries are really great because they're very rich in anthocyanins, vitamin C, and have very few carbohydrates, so lots of nutrients and few carbs to complement, besides giving a really deep flavor, right? Really delicious. So let's blend this until it reaches the consistency I want. I'm going to make them as square gummies, so I grabbed this ice cube tray. But if you want to use another type of mold, that's totally fine too. I'll start by pouring it like this, then I'll use a spatula to even it out. Meanwhile, I want to remind you about my playlists. If you love recipes like this, if you want help to lose weight, to control your blood sugar, to reduce inflammation, remember that I've already organized tips and lots of recipes into playlists. There are many options that are low in carbohydrates, low in calories, quick, easy, and I'll leave the links down below in the description. I'll finish filling these up and then I'll put them in the fridge, okay? I know that even though we're using an ice tray, it can be confusing. It's not to freeze the gelatin, we don't freeze it, we just put it in the fridge, so I'm going to put it in there to chill. When it's at the right consistency, I'll come back and then we'll try these delicious treats. I'll finish filling them up and be right back. Hang on. Look how beautiful they turned out. Our gummies look amazing. I'm sure you're going to love them. Just look at their texture. They're perfect. Just look at how they turned out. They look just like those gummy candies you buy at the store. I'm sure you're going to love them. Give it a try yourself. So take this opportunity to tell me if you would change the flavor of the whey or do it differently. I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video because that's really important to me, and also to share it with your friends or someone in your family who you think would enjoy it. Let's work together to spread this chain of kindness because that's what I want here on the channel. Let's try it. It's delicious. It's super creamy. The texture is somewhere between a gummy candy and a marshmallow. You know, this way of preparing it makes it more airy. And besides being tasty, it's packed with protein. It's going to be a hit. Make it and you'll love it. See you next time. Bye.